All right, I'm going to give a critical reflection, critical analysis of the daring English teacher. Her name is Christina, and she is actually an English teacher. Here's her Instagram account, and this is what I'm going to be looking at mostly in the video. She posts a lot here, has 77,000 followers, and is just very active and connected there. She also has a website that has a blog and places to buy some of her products and information about her. And she has a teacher pay teacher account where people can buy some of the resources that she shares. So I'm going to talk about all three of these areas, but let's first start by talking about her website and blog. She's got this page here, and it's got an About Me, it's got the blog page, it's got the shop, ways to connect with her. You can see all of the features there on the website, and it features her. There's not a team here, it's just Christina. And so I see this kind of as a way to connect, sharing her ideas in written form, in blog, a little bit more of a long form than her other areas. And so I think this is valuable for teachers who want to be able to read and click these links and to see some of her resources. She provides links and external sources here, which is helpful, beyond what you can do with Instagram or with Teacher Pay Teachers. So I think that it's an example of her ethos and her desire to truly give people resources. But then the teacher pay teachers, the dark dragon of education, where it's a money-making effort. And so you can see her account here. You can see how much it costs for some of these resources, and it made me wonder, who gets this cash? How much of it goes to Teacher Pay Teachers as an organization? How much of it goes to Christina? What's the agreement there? I don't know the behind the scenes, but it makes me a little bit skeptical when teachers are connected with this website, because a lot of the secondary English teachers in the world don't have extra money to pay for a bunch of these resources. So I tend to like it a lot more if people are just sharing resources out of the goodness of their heart, which maybe once you get this many followers, it's harder to do. But regardless, there is Teacher Pay Teachers. And then her Instagram account, we're going to look at this in more depth because she is the most active here, 3,600 posts. And you can see a mixture of images and video, TikTok-style videos, or these slides that give advice. So I'd say a lot of her content is sending a message of advice for younger teachers, advocating for teachers and for secondary English students. It's a supportive message. She's not being critical. She's not whining and complaining about her career. She's giving advice. So here's one about what she would do if she were doing her first year of teaching over again, or the biggest mistakes she made in the first year of teaching. Her techniques, she uses bright, happy colors. She uses a lot of these videos that she shares on Instagram are short. She's smiling. She's happy, more positive, not a whole lot of, like I said, not much negativity. And then she uses techniques like text overlay to share the words of what she's talking about. Here's a positive one where she's getting ready for a new year. So I think this type of spreading of positivity, if I were watching these and if I were an English teacher in the secondary classroom, I would soak up her positivity. I would interpret it as a support for the rest of us. So we're going to look at one post here and see how she does it. Here's a video. You can see again the text overlay. She's following some of the newer hip TikTok trends like, of course I'm a teacher, I'm going to blah, 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 blah. Of course I'm a teacher, I'm going to blah, 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 blah. And she has a little bit of sass, a little bit of personality, but she also is happy here. She smiles throughout most of her videos, and this is no different. And like I said earlier, she's an advocate for other teachers and for students, including this.
I'm a high school English teacher. I want my students to succeed in my class and beyond.
So overall, Christina is a positive example and someone that we want in our influencer ranks. And she sends messages that are positive about education, about teaching English. She uses popular modern techniques for video and editing to get her message across. And it appears to be successful with how many followers she has and how her opportunities and her supposedly her financial situation is growing because of the content that she's creating. I view her as a credible source, as someone who is in the classroom doing the work. And so I think she's a valuable person to follow for anybody who is joining or continuing in the English teaching profession.